So let's briefly capture what we've spoken about so far before we can go further. So first up, we spoke about why. Why do we manifest the reflection? Why do we manifest a mirror? Why are we seeing our own reflection? And we spoke about the one manifesting itself into two. So once it's into duality, it's got disowned parts now. Okay, because it perceives separation. So in order to become one again, it needs to own its own disowned parts. And these are like hundreds of thousands disowned parts. Not just, when I say two, I'm talking about duality. Yes? We talked about the two waves. The ocean is forming itself into two waves. The wave perceives it separate at first. That becomes disowned. But when the wave realizes it is the ocean, the wave no longer sees another wave, it sees another expression of the ocean. It sees another version of itself. We spoke about indirect reflections. And indirect reflection, how do you know you're having indirect reflections? Because you're having a sense of reaction of some sort. Whether it's a positive reaction or a negative reaction, both are forms of judgments. Because an indirect reflection is a form of judgment. It's a form, it's where you have, when you're reflecting your disowned parts. What do we say the disowned parts was? The disowned parts is when you see something in someone else, but you don't think you own it. It's disowned. You see it as separate to you. So when you're experiencing a reflection of a negative thing within yourself, you think you don't own it. When you're experiencing something positive, a reflection of a positiveness in your external world, you think you don't own it. Then we spoke about direct reflection. Direct reflection is when you're experiencing yourself in the other. Whether it's another person, whether it's whatever the form of it is. Whether it's nature, your environment, your circumstances, you notice your direct reflection. You see yourself in the circumstances. Now this is when this direct reflection can only be experienced once you've owned your disowned parts. So there is things in your life where you've owned. You've naturally found that you've owned the part of yourself that you've disowned. You have direct reflection. This is when you're having a deep sense of connection with another form of some sort. Whether the form is an experience, it's an environment, nature, a person, an entity of some sort, or an organization, whatever it may be. The world, anything of the physical world. And when lastly we talked about the complete reflection. Complete reflection is when you have used your indirect reflections, when you have owned your disowned parts. The moment you have owned your disowned parts, you notice the direct reflection. The moment you keep connecting with your direct reflection, you'll get to a point where you no longer only see yourself in the other, but you see yourself as who you truly are in the other. In other words, you no longer see yourself as that feeling, you see yourself as the entire. You see yourself as the one in the other, whether the other is a person, a circumstance, nature, whatever it may be. Okay? You see yourself as the one in another, and through the eyes of the other, you look back at yourself and see yourself as the one. When I say the eyes of the other, I'm not talking about these eyes. So that one is a bit of a mind bender. Okay? But I'll let you ponder on that for yourself. The moment you see yourself as the one in another and look back and see yourself. So in other words, you feel yourself in another, which is the direct reflection, but the complete reflection is you not only see yourself in another, you don't only feel yourself in another, but then you see yourself as this form. Direct reflection is I see myself in the other form. Complete is then I see myself back in this form. The two waves arise, and the two waves see each other not as different waves, but as the ocean expressing itself into two waves. Let yourself ponder on that for a little bit. And that's where that final question came about. What's the final question? The question of the month, not the final question. The question of the month is, show me who I am as this feeling that moves my body. Show me who I am. Show me myself as this feeling that moves this body. Not moves my body, moves this body. Recap. So, who's seen the movie What Dreams May Come? Who's seen that movie, What Dreams May Come? Robin Williams? That's the name of the movie, isn't it? What Dreams May Come. That's the movie of the month. The reason why I suggest you watch this movie for this month, it's a suggested movie for you to all watch. If you watched it before, watch it again. I want you to watch it from the point of reflections. Okay? In this movie, I won't ruin the film for you. But in this movie, it's about death, human death, and what happens when you die. Okay? So I won't ruin the film for you. But what happens is exactly what you feel would happen. Okay? So they show Robin Williams, right? He's in heaven, right? But his heaven is whatever he feels it will be. It's whatever he loves. Can you see? As he feels it, he paints it. Right? The same thing with hell. He goes and visits hell. Like I said, I won't ruin the movie, but he does go to visit hell, and hell is whatever that person feels, but not feels true, feels emotional reaction, I'm sorry. Because hell is right here, heaven is right here. There's only one moment, it's right here. When you're living with your emotional reactions, you are reflecting your emotional reactions in your physical world. Welcome to hell. When you're living with the feeling that is true, the feeling that's reflecting love, then and that means you're having direct reflections, welcome to your heaven. Okay? When you watch that movie, I know it's about physical death, but take the physical death away and see that as it is right now in your life. Because the physical death part is just a metaphor. How Robin Williams in heaven, how he's manifesting his heaven, is exactly how it works here. But you can't manifest your heaven if you're only reflecting your emotional, your disowned parts. So your reflection ultimately is reflecting two things. One is love, heaven. One is fear, or disowned, or judgments, or whatever you want to call it, hell. Ultimately, I am reflecting the love of who I am in my external world, or I'm reflecting the disowned parts of who I am. The moment you reflect disowned parts, there's a moment you experience fear, attachment, agendas, all that kind of stuff, which is what you experience in hell. Does that make sense? Watch that movie. What Dreams May Come with Robin Williams. Which brings me to the landing, I'd like to call it the landing, as we come back down to landing, of this month's topic, which is decision making, making choices. Now, I've talked about decision making or making choices in previous months. Okay, so this will fit into that conversation that I've had. It's another branch of that conversation. I've spoken about it in the month of manifestation. We spoke about when the one is making a choice, it's not making a choice between two things, is it? Because there's only one choice as the one. When everything's infinite, there's only one choice. So the only way to describe that is it feels like the decision is already made. That's why when you feel like something's going to happen, you just feel like it's already done. You go, how do you know it's done? I just feel it's done. because you're just realizing the decision that's already been made. So the part of you that's infinite doesn't go, should I do this, should I not? When the moment you're going, should I do this, should I not? No, it's the finite part of you. And whatever choices you have are always limited choices. No matter how big the opportunity may seem, no matter how right it may seem, it's always limited. Whenever I want to make a choice, I use my head to place my attention on the place where the decision's already made. And the moment I feel that, I know the decision's already made. So same goes with reflections. When most people want to make a decision in their everyday life, when they're experiencing themselves as finite beings, they go and refer to the mirror. You can see how crazy this is. So you're going to choose what you love, or choose whatever. There's an option come for you, and you want to choose. This is what most people do. Well, let me see what the mirror says. Well, the mirror says whatever the fuck you want to say. Can you see how crazy that is? This is why I always go, don't make your decisions based on the story. It has nothing to do with the story. The story is only reflecting what's going on inside of you. This, if you can grasp this part, this falls straight into manifestation. I remind people, from whether I'm doing this talk or OMG in LA or in Melbourne or in Sydney, it's the same thing that keeps coming up over and over again. To live infinitely means to choose to follow the feeling that's been decided from infinite, the infinite part of you. Now at the beginning, as your sense of connection, as your depth in the ocean is only shallow, you think that this part of you that's infinite and you is two different things. In fact, you think it's two different people. You think it's two different entities. So you talk like this, well, let me put it out there. You know, or let me put it out there, it depends on what the universe wants. So you see, I'm putting it out into the universe. I'm waiting for it to come. Bless you. Does that make sense? It's the same with the mirror. You want to make a decision, but you look in the external world and go, well, how much money is in my bank account? How much, what's the risk involved in the story? Well, what would my other reflections think of me? But they're only mirroring whatever you're thinking of yourself. The opportunities that you see in your bank account or whatever is based on the choices that you've made. This is why I always say to people, we don't run out of money, we run out of courage. Courage to follow the feeling. So here's this feeling that says, hey, you should go to America, you should, well, whatever, you should start this business. Here's the feeling, right? The feelings come from infinite source. You see that if you actually gave space to the feeling, you'll start to see signposts that will say, yes, you could do this. You start to go to your head, you'll start to see signposts that says, no, this is not possible. Do you remember what happened here? People will say to you, no, are you crazy? It's just a reflection. It's a reflection of either what's going on here or what's going on here. It's a reflection of your hell or your heaven. Don't use this to refer to the external world. Use this to place your attention on the internal world and bring out what's internal to the external. I hope for you to understand or to grasp what I just said, because that is it. People ask me questions all the time, how do you live this way? That is it. I know it sounds crazy and, you know, whatever you're thinking, but that's it. It's about, what does this feeling say? And this feeling's always ready to say something. It's just over here, sometimes you're making too much noise. Should I do this? Should I do this? Should I not? So, doesn't it seem insane? If your external world is a mirror, which is kindergarten, right? Everybody knows that. Your external world is a mirror. It's a reflection. That's the kindergarten part of what we've covered. Why would you go look in your mirror to make a decision? Because your mirror is going to only reflect back to you whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling. If you're staying true with what you're feeling is as infinity, then you'll see possibilities. Who's got their phone on? Okay. Can we just make sure it's off? It's crazy. See, so you don't really know that. You know it as a theory, as a reflection of some sort. That, hey, well, the external world's a reflection. But do you really know that? Because if you really knew that, why is it that when you go to make choices, you don't make choice on what the feeling says? Why is it you go into the external world, which is just a shadow of what your hand is doing? I create my hand, put my hand up here. If there's light, there'll be a shadow. So I'm looking and going, well, it depends what the shadow is doing there. You know, there's a shadow on the wall. It depends what the shadow is doing, whatever your hand's deciding to do. And the feeling is the hand. The feeling is the part of you that is projecting the shadow. So if you decide to follow the feeling that says it's not possible, you will see it's not possible. And the feeling that says it's not possible is always it's an emotional reaction, because something that's infinite only shows its possibilities. But showing its possibilities means it may happen, it may not happen. So you're not following a feeling based on if it happens or it doesn't happen. You're following a feeling because fuck, it feels true. That's why you're following the feeling. And that's why most people can't follow the feeling. They go, what if it doesn't happen? Well, that's the whole thing of infinity. Infinity means all things are possible. You're not following the feeling because it may happen. You're following the feeling because it feels true. And when you do follow the feeling, you are alive. And you came here to be alive. Not to be this rat that is running after its own shadow. The rat race. You didn't come here to be a machine. So I know some of you sitting here going, oh yeah, this is pretty simple today. Today is pretty simple. I'll get this. Yep, external world's a reflection. But do you? Do you really know it? Like, you need to sit down and really take on this month seriously. Because I said to you at the beginning of today, today's one is simple. Every month is simple. But today is super simple. So you may think, yeah, okay, I got it. Yep. I know why we came here. We manifested another part of ourselves. It's to reflect so we can become whole and complete, so we can become infinite again. And I understand the indirect reflection. I understand the direct reflection and the complete reflection. But when it comes to applying, then you go, do you really know it? I'm telling you, this is all I do. The feeling arises in the story. It may reflect something different. But the moment I follow the feeling, I'm not concerned anymore about what the external is reflecting anymore. I'm telling you, I've made what seems to be crazy choices, but it wasn't crazy to me because I was following the feeling. But if you're looking externally, you'll be like, holy shit, you're crazy. That's too much. That's a huge risk or whatever. That's why I always say, if I could lend my body or my mind to somebody for a day just to see what it's like, you know, who would like to do that? Just come in my body, and we have this new machine at Be Free. It's called a body transition machine, and you come into and you live through my eyes for one day. You wouldn't have the capacity. You'd be freaking out. Microphone.
Can you speak a bit about expanding your capacity?
Were you here last month? No? Okay. I spoke about expanding capacity last month. So I'll give you you'll get the copy. Yeah, we spoke about last month. Because expanding space, and we spoke about love is, bless you, love is space. That's what love is. It's just space.
So you're interchanging space and capacity?
Microphone.
Are space and capacity essentially the same thing?
Yes, your space becomes greater, meaning your capacity becomes greater. Your capacity to love, your capacity to receive love. You know, you don't run out of money, you run out of space. This is all last month. You don't run out of money, you don't run out of opportunities, you don't run out of belief, you've just run out of space. And how do you run out of space? You fill up your space with all the things you think you need. You fill it up with all your agendas, all your expectations, all the story, all the things from the past, all the things from the future. It takes up space. How does your space expand? Your awareness of who you are becomes greater. So then suddenly you realize, I am expanded. You're not expanding, you become aware that you are expanded. So your awareness becomes greater. So the awareness of who you are, I'm talking about. As your awareness of who you are expands. And how does your awareness of who you are expands? By using the feeling of who you are. Now, not all of you will use the feeling. You'll be aware of it, but you won't use it. It takes a huge amount of courage to deny this part, which you trust more because it's of the physical, and who you think you are is of the physical. To deny the physical and to follow the feeling, it takes, well, you've got to be crazy. You know, there's a sense of craziness. I mean, because what you know to be real is what you're experiencing through your 5 human senses. That's what you know to be real. So then you have a feeling, which is your 6th sense, and you're like, do I follow the feeling, or do I follow what I can see, feel, touch, smell, and hear as real? What do you follow? Which is a mirror. So really, it's important for you to really sit down and ponder on everything. Just keep seeing the reflection throughout this month. Just look for there's my indirect reflection. There's a direct reflection. Or you may have a moment of a complete reflection. Just keep sensing it. You don't have to even look for it. Just live your everyday life. Just bring your awareness the moment you notice a reflection. Will you do that? I don't know. Because that's all you got to do. Just for an entire month, devote your attention. There's only one topic I bring about every month. And all you got to do throughout your month is keep focusing on that one topic. Today's topic is reflection. Will you, between now and the next time we meet, 1 month from now, just devote your entire attention on just your reflections? Just keep seeing the reflections. And work this out for yourself. Not here, work it out. Work out what I was actually said. Because the more you see your reflections, the more you find yourself getting closer to having complete reflections. Yes, Malcolm.
I just felt through the exercise that we did at lunch that it was difficult to pinpoint the feeling. Is it describable in words? I felt that I definitely was struggling to get to a point of going, this is how I feel, whether it be sad or angry or whatever we were looking at that initially brought a reaction. That reaction led to other thoughts, which brought on other feelings. But there seems to be so many mixes of different feelings and ups and downs and highs and lows. And I had to push other people at times to go, that's story. You're confused. That's not really a feeling. Like, how do you react on a feeling?
Of when you said to someone, that's a story, it's not a feeling.
Well, maybe it was, say, I came up with a story about relationships. It was a guy who'd met someone online and they'd got this amazingly happy life. You know, maybe that brought up a reaction of sadness within me because, you know, maybe I don't have that right now. And maybe I tried to pull that out of other people. And when I eventually sat and maybe had a more quiet chat to them, maybe they were feeling the same.
So someone said to you, they met someone and having this amazing experience online.
Or just they met someone and going well, they got married, whatever.
How did you feel about that?
Maybe a bit frustrated, maybe a bit sad. I don't know. My general body temperature went up a little bit.
Okay. So here's the thing. You don't need to know why you feel sad. Okay, because then in your head will go, well, I feel sad because I don't have that. And that may be the case, but that's not important. That you want to attach what your sadness is to, because if you attach a story to your sadness, then you don't have to let it go. Can you see? Or you don't have to become one with it. Because to become one with this feeling, the moment you start to become one with the feeling of the sadness, and once you become one with the feeling, you'll forget why you were even feeling what you were feeling. Okay, so it's not important about attaching a story to why you're feeling sadness. So in that experience, somebody said something, and this is why I got you to do this in the group, because somebody will say something, and you can be able to experience your own reflection. You felt sadness, okay? The idea is just to go, I feel sad right now. But not to work out, well, why do I feel sad? The reason why you want to know why you feel sad is so you can fix, improve, or change it. It's not to embrace it. It is not to give space to it. Remember, it is not important why you feel that way. Okay, because the part of you that's trying to heal you is the part of that needs to be healed. I'm trying to get you to place your attention on the part of you that is already healed. That's love. Love doesn't need to heal. Love heals, but love doesn't need to be healed. Okay, so you need to then go, oh, I feel sad, right? You don't need to know why you feel sad or how long you're going to feel sad or what you're going to do about this. Be with the sadness. Okay, and be present. Just keep being present, keep being with the sadness. Keep being present, keep being with the sadness. Why do I say keep being present? And this is reclaiming power stuff. Because when you're feeling the sadness, because you don't want to feel it, your mind will come in and go, well, this is what you could do about it. Maybe we could do this and we can avoid feeling the sadness. Or that stupid bitch, she's making you feel sad. And you're trying to attach a story to it. You can't attach a story to it. You are transcending the story. So it doesn't matter. I just wanted to point that out. It doesn't matter why you're feeling sad. You don't need to know. The point is to be present with your sadness. And you tell me what happens when you're being present with your sadness. That I'm not saying be present with the resistance you have about the sadness. See? The resistance, when most people go, I'm sitting with it, they sit with it for years. Because for years they sit with the resistance of what they feel. So they're not actually feeling, they're feeling the resistance of what they feel. The moment you sit with the feeling, do you know it neutralizes? That's when you know you've sat with it. It neutralizes. You're no longer suffering because you're no longer resisting. Suffering comes from you resisting from the emotions that you're feeling. So if you're resisting feeling sad, that's when you suffer. But if you're feeling sad, sadness does not cause you suffering. Believe me, sadness does not cause you suffering. Do you know some people like sadness because they find a sense of connection? Who's ever felt sad and they kind of feel like more connected with themselves? Who's ever experienced that? Sadness is not bad. It's when you resist sadness that causes you suffering, you're like, this is terrible. Good question. Ultimately, the greatest practice is to be present. Because there is no disowned parts when you're present. There's no shadow. There's no shadow. Now, that is, if you mastered that, mate, you'll just keep dropping deeper and deeper and deeper and it just becomes more and more blissful. But some of us struggle just getting presence. Why? Because of the story. The story that sadness is bad. The story of what is causing me to feel sadness. All right, go to the sadness. Be present with the sadness. Sit with the sadness. Be present and allow yourself to feel the sadness. Watch what happens. You see yourself. You be amazed. Suddenly, the sadness, well, first, your resistance to the sadness dissipates. And suddenly, you don't need to get rid of the sadness anymore. Then as you drop deeper into the sadness neutralizes. It's no longer positive or negative. And only you can feel what happens next once you drop even further. Microphone.
I just wanted to ask a question. When you talk about emptying yourself, can you explain like some kind of tools or what that exactly means or how you do that?
You know, as you deepen your connection with yourself, you will naturally empty yourself. Okay? Before, when I first started speaking, and I used speaking as a practical way of emptying myself because I have to be empty. Before, when I first started speaking, I would meditate before I would get up on stage. In fact, back in the day, I would meditate on stage before I would get up on stage, and people were waiting for me to be very present. I waited for, sometimes I wait 20 minutes. And they're not meditating with me, I was meditating by myself. So I would really have to be present. But as I deepened my connection with myself, as I became more and more comfortable in who I am, I became present the moment I would get up on stage. I would become present the moment I willed to speak what feels true. So to answer your question, it takes a lot of practice. It takes practice to be nowhere else but here. The only reason you can't be present is because you have a story attached to a feeling. And that's where reclaiming power. You would have got reclaiming power by now, right?
I think maybe it was emailed to me over the break.
Maybe. It's your first OMG.
Yeah, I think it came an email over the break. It's
okay.
Like, short. One of the MP3 things or something.
Okay, that might have been the weekly webinar.
I think so.
Okay, well, speak to one of the guys in the office. Make sure you get your hands on reclaiming power. It's the first, when people join OMG, it's the first one we send them, reclaiming power.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I got
who
that.
Who do you speak to Jamie, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll speak to him.
Okay.
You have a chat with him. Just make sure you've got reclaiming power.
Okay.
Okay? Because the only reason you can't be in the present moment is because you have a story attached to a moment. When you take the story away, you fall into the moment. You have a story that you're holding on to. And the story is the past and future. In this moment right now, there's no story. There's a story being written, but there's no story. Right now, when you're in this present moment, I don't know what I'm going to say, but as I'm speaking this moment, I'm realizing I'm saying something. The story gets written, but there is no story. It's the pen to the paper. To answer your question is, if you love to know the answer of that question, it will come to you. See, there's difference between I love to know the question versus someone going, I'm in pain and I need to get out of here, so I need to find the answer so I can get the fuck out of where I am at right now. One's need, the other is I love. Everything that I'm saying to you, you already know. But be very aware. I say this sometimes, and I've had a few people in OMG go, well, I don't need to come to OMG anymore, I already know this. And then they disappear for 3 months and they go, yeah, I realized what that was about. Just be very aware, the part that goes, I already know this. I know that sounds like a catch-22. Well, do I know it or not? Yes, you know it, but you don't have awareness of that you know it. My role here is to bring your awareness that you know this. And by the way, if you knew what I was talking to you about, you would be having a complete direct reflection of it. Like you'd be buzzing. Not because I'm saying something new, but because you're going, oh my God, that's what I feel. You're having a direct, and some of you are. You would be having direct reflections. Some of you are struggling to stay awake because the heating has stopped in this room. It's a direct reflection. So it becomes a joyful thing. Yeah, you know it. Some of you may, if you actually even know it and you're living it, to listen to it, it just becomes a really joyful thing because you're experiencing your direct reflection. But if you're not experiencing the direct reflection, there's something here for you. All right. I want to go around really quickly around the room, and I just want to capture where everyone's at. Ah, so you're going, hey. No. It's like, hey. Now we have a big group, so we'll just go through really quickly. I just want to see where everyone's at. I don't want to send you out into the world like a zombie. Just want to see where you're at. So we'll just touch base. We'll start with you, Rachel. Just tell me how you're feeling right now, and then we'll keep moving on.
Yeah, it's really dropping in for me. It just feels really good. This morning I felt really, it felt really deep, and I was kind of getting a bit lost in the depth of it. But I had a lot of stuff drop in, and then I've got more clarity through all that.
Okay. Can I ask everyone to stay present while everyone is speaking? Okay. You might notice a few reflections for yourself here. There's no mistake. I'm asking everyone to speak right now. There's no mistake. We sit in a circle. We're disco balls, just mirroring. They're all disco balls. Okay. Thank you.
I feel quite energised, actually. I'm feeling hot, even though I've got no air conditioning.
You've got a fur jacket on, that might. Thanks, Heather.
I'm feeling a little tired. I feel...
Where did the message reach inside of you today?
I got upset, so I shut down.
Okay. It's good that you recognize that. When did you get upset?
Just before lunch.
Okay. So some things got reflected.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, it's good that the first level is recognizing that you got upset. The second level of awareness is recognizing the moment you get upset. Because then you can actually see what was the reflection.
It was, about 11 o'clock.
So what happened at 11 o'clock? Is it something of this room, or did your mind wander somewhere else? And
No, it was here. I said something. And then I felt stupid. And then I realised that I went down further, and I realised that I was frustrated because sometimes I just don't get it.
nobody gets it. You either sense it or you try to get it.
Probably that was the wrong words to use. I feel sometimes frustrated with how I understand things. And I know for this month, it's been the month that's just gone, has been since the last OMG, it's been brilliant. I've noticed when I don't come into the story, and I've just been able to look at it and see it for what it was and realise that it wasn't, that wasn't me.
Okay, very good. It's very good, Wendy. Thank you.
So, yeah, I feel quite empowered about the 3 levels of reflection, because it's something that I've noticed that I have done before, but it's all very hit and miss. So to be able to have greater awareness of that, I think is great.
Excellent. Thank you.
I had not been to OMG for 3 months. This is my... So it's been wonderful today. The topic is very relevant to me, and it's something I kind of have known, but it's become very powerfully clear now what I really have to focus on it and not to let it go. So I got plenty of work this month.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I feel like this topic was for me today.
So you had a direct reflection with the topic.
I feel like in the past I am so quickly to go, oh no, that's not me, whenever it's a negative reflection, and then so easily claim the positive one, and like, yeah, that's totally a reflection of me.
Yeah.
But as soon as it's a negative one, I'm like, no, that's got nothing to do with me. So I'm excited to kind of go out and have more awareness with each, just in my life now. But I did struggle, my ego struggled to hear this today.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
It's interesting, that comment that, well, I must have manifested this today. I've been rereading Robert's book,
Yep.
Busting Loose from the Business Game, and the section I read this morning was on reflection, so
Was it?
kind of blew me away. We were talking about that. So there's obviously a lot in it for me.
Yeah.
I often get frustrated when people don't own it, sit in group, and then we'll get outside and they'll start going on about the politicians or the government or something. I'm going, I find it frustrating. How did we sit in there in group all that time and I didn't get it?
Yeah.
Where am I not getting it? Yeah, still not getting it.
Thank you.
I also believe that I'm reflecting from a couple of what the other people have already said, Rachel and Monty. Reflections for me today has been spot on, because it's helped me qualify where I let myself off the hook, and I can now sit and have a purpose rather than just, oh, I'll just be sitting here for a while, and actually focusing on what I'm focusing on.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm feeling really present.
You look present. I can feel it. Nothing else needs to be said. Wow. What's happened to you? Blow me away.
I feel really content at the moment.
Yeah.
And everything, the same as what a couple of other people have said, everything they've said really hits home and just sounds really true.
Excellent. Thank you.
For me, this topic has kind of given me an understanding of things that have happened to me over the last few weeks. But I've gone, oh, right, that's what was happening. So it's just, I've been aware of these things happening before, but I didn't really, I guess it's just given me more awareness around it.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, what's been happening for me today has been some crystallisation of some stuff I've been doing for the last month. I have been sitting with things, not really understanding what the purpose of that is, looking for something below it or after it, but not understanding that all that is to be present, which is quite enlightening for me. So I'm feeling very present, and I'm half excited. My little ego's over here going, can't be that easy, can't be that simple. But
John, hang on a sec. You had a question that you emailed me. Has that been realised by itself now?
Absolutely, yeah. I was watching the session on ego during the week, or the week before, a couple of weeks back, and I emailed Amir a question is, because the whole topic, the same as today, is all about being present. And the question was, well, that's all well and good, but how do I learn to be present more? That was really the context of it, wasn't it? Yeah, so I do understand that. So this whole day's answered that question admirably.
Good. Just wanted to check in.
Like a few other people have said, reflections has just been, for the last couple of weeks, has been massive. And I didn't realise that when you reflect and you feel something, when you figure out the feeling, not trying to fix, improve and change, just sit with it. So that's my big one today.
How many times have you done the WTF program?
Only once, but I've watched the DVD twice.
Good stuff. Thank you.
It was a good topic. My ego is still a little rebellious, so...
You go.
I'm just,
you rebel for a little bit.
Just got my own commentary going.
I think your thing is like, you have judgment about being rebellious, and I think you just got to rebel and let yourself let it rip.
Yeah, but that's what I've been doing for the past 2 months. That's where I've been.
But you have a judgment about being rebellious.
Okay, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to do it. Just fucking do it and have fun.
I'll tell Marnie you said that.
Yeah. Don't worry, I tell Marnie. Anyway. I'll tell Marnie, I'll speak to her.
Just the same as everyone else, just uncanny how every month the subjects just seem to be so apparent to what's happening to me beforehand. And so, yeah, it's opened up a lot of things for me today that I can reflect back on my reflections of experiences that I've had, that's things that have been coming up for me, kind of a couple of things through different people, but the same kind of feeling, people resisting to me in some way, or and I still don't know what it is, but I'm going to sit with it tonight and see if I can work that out. But yeah, and I just feel really calm and enjoyed listening to people sharing and stuff today.
Excellent.
I feel a bit of everything amongst everyone. The most, what I feel is a bit of puzzlement and resistance. Puzzlement, like like resistance to accept actually what was said, that everything around me is actually what's happening inside.
So you feel resistance towards what's being said about how everything is a reflection of what's going on inside of you, is that?
Resistant to accept, to accept that.
To accept that. So you feel resistance to accept that. Do you feel that's true?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. That's cool.
I think it's a day of remembering. As you said, we already know this on so many levels. And I think the thing for me is it's kind of having that faith to go with that craziness, because I know it's a reflection, and you know, when I accept it, you know, the world just shifts. And so I think it's understanding those different levels of reflection helped me, because I'm going, hang on, if I'm one with what I'm seeing, then is there really anything I have to do other than just be one with it? So I think that was really helpful to understand, because I needed that answered. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, a couple of very cool direct reflections come up, but also one indirect reflection that I've probably let my ego convince myself that I've taken responsibility for that I haven't. And so it's time. It's glaringly obvious all of a sudden. So once again, the circle is exactly what I needed to hear at exactly the right time. Amazing.
Good on you, Brady.
I haven't been for a few months, so I'm glad that I came back. Just trying to be present has helped me, and talking about reflections has been quite powerful and given me a lot to think about.
Awesome, thank you.
I sort of feel that got a little bit to do to bring myself to the present moment more often, like all day, every day, Hyundai. But yeah, I feel that that'll be really helpful because all the topics over the last several weeks have all intertwined and they're reflecting each other in the topics themselves. And just allowing myself to be present will allow me to feel my way a little bit more than thinking my way. So.
Now, just to drop one more thing for you, and I'm sure I've mentioned this in the past, but just to remind you, the truth is that you're always present. That's the truth. It's just there's a lot of things you're doing to take yourself away from the presence. So it's not, there's a lot of things I've got to do to get to present moment. There's a lot of things that you've got to undo that will bring you back to the present. The truth is, who you are is infinite. And remember this, and if you're like, well, I'm not infinite, but if you feel that there is this infinite, and that's why you're sitting here, there is you sense the infinity. You sense this enormity. Is that the word? Yes. Yes. Last month I got that wrong. You sense this enormity of this entity or whatever you want to call it. If that's real, then being finite is not. Because that means infinite means there's only one. So you can't be infinite and then be finite. So the finite part is the part that's not real. So if you're saying, no, the finite's real, this being limited is real, then the infinite is not.
I feel that space will be paramount.
Yeah. Good on you, Malcolm.
I think the last couple of weeks I've just been really getting, or been talking about today about seeing seeing stuff as a reflection rather than getting caught up in the story, and then the difference it shifts, how to get, that's just my reflection coming back, and then things shift, and it's been, I thought it'd be harder, but it's actually easier when you go that way rather than resisting that stuff. So
it's more harder to resist than it is to not resist.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
We are insane as human beings.
Yeah.
People think you have to be crazy to get the truth. I think you've got to be crazy not to get it. Because you're doing it the hard way.
I've been resisting really, really well lately.
Good job.
And been thinking how, and I know that my mind's been racing a lot and it's been really crazy, and
everybody stay present.
I didn't know how to stop it. And as soon as one thing solved, it jumped to another. And it's, okay, that's fixed. Now we'll worry about this thing. And I'm going, go away. And I didn't. And then today, and because I knew it was all a reflection and everything else, and I know I'm creating all this, and I thought, okay, it's what I got out of today is I've got to sit and be with whatever emotion's there, and just allow it to be, and allow it to, however long it takes to it transmutes into something different.
Good on you, Meryl.
For me today, it was a better understanding and awareness of being present, and something I have to practice more.
Good for you.
What I experienced today was very great. The two stories was shared about reflections really make clear something for me. I always had the awareness of some reflections in my life that, for example, if I see somebody doing something wrong or whatever, that's a reflection of me that I'm not caring about myself or not loving myself, for those examples. But I had a question, why sometimes I have this reflection in my life that I see something in somebody and bring me anger or something, and I was sure that I don't have that thing in myself. And now with the example she said, it's like because I want to have that actually. For example, if I saw some people in my life that really caring about themselves very like too much, it was like because I don't care about myself and I really need to care about myself. Yeah. And another thing that it was interesting for me, I had some kind of realization and metaphor for myself as the one, our infinite being as a real big puzzle, and each part is separated as a reflection, and if we own it and don't judge each part, we can reclaim the power and put all the pieces of puzzles together and get back to that power again.
Yep, exactly. Thank you.
The highlight of the day for me was the fact that we need to stay present, and the fact that each session, end of the day, we get to the reality that we are the one, and that's what covers everything.
Very good, thank you.
I think that for me it's been around not owning being the one and not owning it really. And then I think some of what's occurred over the last few months for myself have been moments in time where I have these feelings but not really recognizing them as the one, or even living the life that I live now as being a manifestation as the one. I sort of think it's still out there somewhere. But I think today for that really cemented in me that it's coming from me.
Very good, thank you.
For me, it was I liked getting the description of the 3 reflections, so I could see where they were showing up in my life. But the thing that was more important was the conversation around sitting with the emotion, because I've just been at something recently where I was quite emotional and I couldn't put words to the emotion at all, and the person that I was with said that that connection had been broken, that I couldn't put the words to the emotion. So it was really good for me to hear that I was probably further along the journey and that I was just sitting with the emotion. I just hadn't got to the point of dropping into the emotion. I was struggling trying to put a story around it. So that was really helpful for me today.
But the reason we want to put a story around it is to identify it, to give it an identity. You see, that's what ego is doing, just looking to identify it. So just remember that. Thanks.
Created a lot of resistance for myself today, which was quite opportune, really, because it lets down the guard and is able to dig up a bit more depth. And when the pain was great enough, the will was there to drop through and feel the truth.
What month is this for you?
Final.
Final one, that's right. It's just, I've just seen you transform so much. You know?
Shucks.
No, it's just, I don't know if you guys remember Zoe, who was around when Zoe...
Oh, I used to shit Jamie.
I mean, she couldn't even speak properly, you know?
Oh.
I mean, she couldn't...
Dig yourself out of this one. Compliment me small.
I mean, look, it's it's not just only if I have a reaction to it. But the thing is, it's just really awesome to see. You know, can you just get the mic back? It's just really awesome to see. Yeah, you know, it's just not just you, but other people who have come through OMG, and just watching them come through month 1, and people even in my team who joined the company, and watching them how they, you know, what you know, who they become, and it's just, you're just so beautiful now.
Well, I think you've seen the
always been
best of it today. Vesna was going to pull me out of OMG. I was so crazy at work last week. Vesna
was going to pull you out.
Yeah, so I was, you know, when you, yeah, she was, feeling my frustration manifesting through work.
It's just beautiful to feel an open heart, and I know it's not just because you've been working with me, you've been working with Gaz predominantly more, I would say, but I'm
going to take responsibility for it 100%, actually.
Good for you. Pound it. So I just want to say that you're just awesome. Good for you.
I think you're pretty awesome too.
Yeah.
Sorry. I think you're pretty awesome too.
Get the ball in it.
Clarifications and distinctions around really sitting with it. I'll definitely say that I haven't actually really truly sat with it, and now understanding that I have actually been sitting with the resistance as opposed to really truly sitting with it and getting to the soil, as it were.
Yeah.
Also getting more clarification around reflections as well. A lot of things over the past month have really stirred things up, and it was for today. So yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Absolutely. Cheers.
So do you get the OMG online?
Yes.
Good. So you've watched Reclaiming Power?
Yes.
Good. Excellent. Thanks, Sean.
Yeah, I kind of feel that this has been a very good day for me, because I've been reacting and being pretty emotional lately, and I feel a bit like a leaf being buffeted around in the wind, as if I have no control over the circumstances. So I think the interesting thing today was that I've been reacting to people and situations and things, and now I can kind of see what I could almost see before, that it was just reacting, that it was just reflecting me and how I felt, and that was all very confusing. So I kind of got a better idea of it with the indirect and direct reflection, because I've had a few examples of that lately. I had dinner with someone the other night, and she and I were just directly reflecting each other. It was quite amazing.
So you felt yourself in her?
Yeah, totally. Like we were telling each other, oh, really? Yeah, like, yeah, me too. Like, same story, the whole sort of thing. Yeah. So, but then the indirect reflection, the envy, the fear, the kind of, all those sorts of things, it has been coming up a lot lately as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Awesome. So just remember, the direct reflection, there's no reaction. There's just openness and a deep connection. Just remember that. The indirect reflection, there is a reaction. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Who's doing the mic? Whose mic is this? Yeah. So Mel, why don't you tell us how you feel today, and then Chrissy.
It's for myself. It's been. I've found it good that you were able to clarify the difference between the types of reflection, and I can see where that plays out in my life, distinguishing those differences. So I've had a lot of insights from that, and I feel like I'll continue to do, have a lot more insights from that, sitting and pondering on that. So yeah, I found it, just that clarification, that was the big thing for me.
Awesome. Thank you. Chrissy, you got your mic on?
Yeah, clarity does seem to be a word today. We said that over lunch as well. But also just gratitude. To be able to see parts of myself and others, and it just feels like I can then reflect also on like the power that's inside of me, when I often would put it outside of me. Being able to see it in others and seeing that that's me is just makes me really grateful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. So on final note, just check the time for you, because I know you've got to fly out. You've got 15 minutes. So on final note, remember the question of the month. Show me, it's not even a question, it's a request to yourself. Show me who I am that moves this body. Show me what I've come up with so many different versions of it now. Show me who I am as the one that moves this body. However you want to say it, I think the most simplest form, show me who I am that moves this body. Show me who I am that is alive in this body. It's not story related. It's the part of you that's writing the story. Show me who I am. Show me who I am as the feeling that moves this body. That life force is a feeling and it moves this body, but only if you let it. But guess what? If you don't let it, that feeling just comes out through another form. Through the form that lets it. You got to let it. But sometimes it becomes so strong when it becomes so true. It's almost like you don't have a choice but to get yourself out of the way. Number one, movie of the month. What Dreams May Come? Robin Williams. Watch it, but then take away the physical death part and imagine that was now. And take the heaven and hell as metaphors as now, while you're alive in this body. Okay, you may see the movie completely with different eyes. A mirror exercise. Okay, do you want me to email you this? Yes. All right, I'll email it to you. All right, so I'll send you an email tomorrow. Remember that, Mel? Email, so the final one is to sit in front of a mirror, look, don't do anything, just lose yourself in your eyes. And I want you to notice what happens. You forget which one's looking. Okay, so the mirror exercise, spend some time, a few times a month, just sit in front of the mirror, just focus on your breath and just focus on one point of your face and just keep looking. Keep looking, keep looking, keep looking, keep looking. You may even get to a point where like, who is this person? Who's ever experienced that? If you look long enough, you're like, who is this person? Because you're just like, that's not me. Because I'm not this body. You start to sense it. And sometimes you actually even lose yourself. You don't know which one is the real part. Is the reflected or the reflecting part real? Okay? I want you to experience that. And the rest of the month is just bringing your attention and awareness into the reflections, the 3 reflections. I think I've covered everything. But keep making that request. Show me who I am that's alive and moves this body. Because the body's not alive, it's just being moved. The part of you that's alive never dies. So show me the part of me that's alive. Show me the infinite part of me that moves this body. It's time for you to meet yourself. It's time for you to meet yourself. You ask that question sincerely, and the moment you're ready, you'll meet yourself. And you will have a complete reflection. And it will be out of this body. The experience of it will be out of this body. You will be out of this body. And that scares the shit out of some people. All right? But hey, the only reason you're scared is because you're trying to interpret that up here. And finally, remember, the choices you make are not based on the reflection. It's based on the reflecting. And the reflecting is the feeling. You're not going to look in the mirror and go, well, hang on, what should I do? Well, the mirror is only reflecting whatever you think you should do. Whatever you feel is true. So those 3 people that are wrapping up, is there anything you want to share, Zoe? Well, thank you for being here for the last 12 months, or however long it's been.
About 2 years, I think.
Okay. Microphone. Is there anything that any final words that you want to share? By the way, before you do share, take a look around this room, because this is pretty much going to be the group that finishes the OMG season together. There might be another addition of 2 or 3 people, but this is it. And this is going to be really powerful when it's the same group of people to finish the OMG season together. Except for the 3 who are finishing today. So this is your group. Get to know everyone. These are the people who are going to be reflecting you for the next 6 months or 9 months or however long it's going to be before we finish the OMG. All right? Get to know each other. Especially if you don't want to get to know someone, get to know them.
Yeah, I had an experience. She's not in the room at the moment, so I won't say her name, but I clashed big time with somebody in OMG at the beginning, and we faced it at some point, and as soon as it was announced that there was a problem, there was no problem. It was an absolutely amazing transition, and another reflection would be somebody had left the group for a reason, and almost their body, spirit, personality, identity double came in. And you think, oh God, that's a bit bizarre, but I'm a chiropractor, and so is Vesta, and we have whole days of people coming with their flies undone, and you think, what on earth is this reflection? So OMG is one one medium that we can experience reflection in.
Yeah.
If you don't go and use this consistently every moment of every day, then you're always going to be on that journey with a destination. Realizing it every single moment is what I've taken away from this at a much deeper level. And to have fun with it. Not be so freaking serious about it. Yeah. Which is a trap, because every time I start laughing at everything hysterically in OMG, then I get my ass kicked really quickly. It's usually a little clue. Yeah, so just really grateful for the experience and the people that I've shared the journey with so far here, and continue to.
Good for you. Thank you, sir. Heather, do you want to share anything? Please.
Well, I'm very grateful for Amir creating the space. I've had an amazing journey. I started really being in a state of not really loving myself, not being able to be vulnerable, to feeling really complete and at peace with myself and ready to shine. And I must say that this is the reason I actually joined OMG was to get that support for myself to heal and to move forward, and I've definitely done that, and I'm very grateful for that.
Good idea, thank you. And Mel. Is there anything you want to share, Mel? Yeah. By the way, for those that don't know, this is Jamie's better half.
Yes.
Jamie Gonzalez, you know. And his mum. Well, Jamie's mother and girlfriend are finishing at the same month.
I don't know how that happened, but it did.
You must have completed something within yourself, Jamie, this month.
I feel like this past, it's taken me longer than a year because I missed a few, but it's been completely designed for me. From the very beginning, I was at a completely different state to what I'm at now. But it's been so supportive. I'm so grateful for the space and the willingness to go deep within myself and to show up, continue to show up even though sometimes I didn't want to. So it's been awesome, and I know that this isn't the end. It's just the beginning. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Very good.
Hmm.
Thank you very much.